Diana, will you introduce our speaker? Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, Dawn, I want to say that I hope I look as good as you when I'm 30. And in keeping with moving the room around today, I left my pen at home, accidentally took it home last time I was here. So today I wanted to be properly pinned in case I won. And so I chose Lori Denton, who is not here. She was number 20. I look like her. She has blonde hair as well. And I told the club that if Lori wins, I promise to give her the money. But if my name is called, I still win because there are no rules that says you have to be properly pinned. Well, I was properly pinned. It didn't say with your name. So, had that covered. Most of you recognize our speaker today, Nathan Young. He's been at a lot of our functions, including Pancake Day. He takes pictures. He's one of us now. He's like an honorary member. And Nathan has a really cool, eclectic story, and he's here to tell you more about that today. But I wanted to give you a little bit of background. Also on your tables is a little bit more in-depth information about Nathan, his biography. He was born in a small town in northeast Ohio near Cleveland and came to Huntsville when he was 3 years old. But he's moved around the country, about half a dozen other states. And he ended up in Alexander City and graduated high school from Benjamin Russell. He's a writer, blogger, videographer, photographer, and he does all of this work on a website called Geek, Alabama. It's a website he created and he manages. In my opinion, he's like a social media guru. And if you ever need help with social media, he's the person to call. And we actually called on him. He manages the Kiwanis Club of Anniston's website. And he's been doing that for several months now. He worked at TV24, and I met him about 8 years ago. He was doing graphics, volunteering on our graphics machine. He has then since helped me develop a variety of websites for my business and my social media, and he helps me. I can pick up the phone and say, Nathan, I'm stuck. What do I need to do? And all of this, despite his handicap. Many years ago, Nathan was diagnosed with Asperger's, which is a high-functioning condition of autism. And he has spent many years as a result seeking steady employment to no avail. He has bounced around from short-term job to short-term job. And as a result of his difficulties, though, he auditioned and was chosen to appear on the current A&E show called The Employables. I called Nathan a dear friend for the past 8 years, and today he's our speaker and he wants to talk more about his experience. And please forgive any technical difficulties. We're working with the conglomeration of media here. So I give you Nathan Young.
It's been a long road for my life. I had a local psychologist say to me a few years ago that I'm plain stupid and acting dumb. Seriously. This was a psychologist that's trying to kick me off Social Security disability because they don't think I'm really disabled. I've had a lot of people bully me, call me names in person, online. I've had people threaten to beat me down. I think there's a lot of people that do not really truly understand those with autism or any disabilities. There's a stigma out there that some people with disabilities are faking it. Some are just saying, oh, they just want to collect the money, sit at home all day. But there's people truly with disabilities, mental or physical or both. And a lot of times they're marginalized because the unemployment rate for those with autism is almost 75-80%. I mean, it's 3/4 of people with disabilities, especially those with autism, Tourette's, are unemployed. And in Alabama, we're second to last when it comes to people with disabilities or jobs. And that's a pitiful number. When we should be doing a lot more to get those with disabilities jobs. I mean, and not just placing them in some job and say, good luck, placing them in something where this is their skill, where they can shine. I mean, we tried Voc Rehab, we tried Opportunity Center, we tried a lot of other resources in this area, but nothing. There's a lot of great resources for kids with disabilities. UCP is a good one. learning trees another. But once the kid become an adult, they graduate high school, a lot of times they're on their own. And that's why Andy developed a series called the Employables, because the adult rate with those with disabilities is so through the roof. You know, us people with disabilities want to show us our worth. They want to show us that, you know, we have the skills, we have the talents to be in the workforce, and we've got great ideas, but we just need someone to give us a shot to do that. So, Diana, if you're ready, we're going to play this first clip. This is just introducing me on the show. The benches in front of Chia Bank are gone now. They took them up because I'm thinking homeless people have been sleeping on them. So then most of the benches along Quintard have been taken up in the last few years. So it's harder to sit in front of an intersection because the homeless are using them as a sleeping bench or something. That's my guess. But Vernon at the Sunny King Toyota, he's a lot nicer than he showed them. There was a lot of parts that they cut out when we had that interview. And you saw my apartment, I had that classic traffic light. I have some of my road drawings on the wall. I've been drawing roads as a kindergarten, pretty much, my whole life. The second clip is me going to New York City to meet with an expert. The doctor has his own YouTube channel. We chat on Twitter still. He's live tweeting along with me during the new episodes that we do every week. One thing that they cut out was they had me go on Google Maps and have maps of how to get to where we're at now, to Central Park. Then we drove it in New York City traffic. So they put a big contraption on the hood of the car with a camera facing toward the passenger and the driver. If you've seen Carpool Karaoke on YouTube, it's something like that, pretty much. We did a lot of walking through Central Park. I got to see Times Square. They did a lot of filming while we were there. First, they sent me to Boston. Then there was a little lawyer mishap.
I'm sorry, hold that thought on Boston. Somebody with a white Chevy SUV on Highland is blocking the driveway. Anybody in here? It's not in here. They've got another meeting over there. Okay, sorry, in Boston.
Yeah. They flew me to Boston. There was a little mishap with where we were going to shoot, so they flew me back the next day. I still got to do a few things there. Then about 3 weeks later, I got to go to New York City. So I got 2 trips out of this. I only want to get 2 trips out of this. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to do the third clip. It's 12:50.
You have 10 minutes.
Let's just show a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to plug that
that came in.
No, go ahead and just pause. Yeah, pause it.
Okay.
What they took a lot of clips when we filmed out of the show. We never got to meet the sign crew. We never got to drive around. The one thing they put on there was they did an engineering study about the Biden-Leavenworth roundabout they're going to both do, and the Old Gadsden Highway. And they let me look at the numbers, look at the diagrams and everything, and I said, roundabout's better. So you could say I chose the roundabout for Biden. So and people in the South hate roundabouts. They acknowledge that, and you need to get used to it because Aldot's doing more of them, cities and counties are doing more of them. You're going to start seeing more roundabouts pop up because they're the same as for an intersection. What I do at the sign shop is make signs. So if you watch the 30 feet and 40 news report, I made this span. Yeah. I made this special sign just to tell people watch my show. We can take logos, any logo, put it on sign CAD and print it off. We can do special. I've done a little bit of everything. And my standard little sign I made. It's been fun there. It's probably going to remain part-time because they've told me the 2 full-timers are civil service jobs. So they've got people waiting in the wings if one retires. Civil service is based on the exam you take and how much government experience you have working in any government job. So I'm going to stay there until something pops up. Hopefully something new pops up where I can maybe get off disability full time. A lot of people also wonder why I do with the Geek Alabama site. Last weekend I did the St. Michael's barbecue event. The next one I'll do is our community kitchens event. And then July 4th is coming up. So the Oxford Fireworks. I got a DSLR camera, a video camera. A lot of times I walk because I do not own a car. too broke for that. So it's either I borrow a ride from maybe Diner or Mom, I walk there, there is a trolley service, and I get a little mass transit service sometimes I can take, or I taxi it. And taxis from Oxford to my house is about $10-$50 one way. So either that or at special occasion weekends I'll rent a car. And that's $50 to $70 for the weekend. A lot of people want me to cover their stuff, so I have to be selective about what to go cover and what to say. I'm sorry. I do make a little money off the blog, but not enough to really live off of. Now, in the clips, one when we're from the Anniston Star building, yeah, we tried to get in the Uber with them, and they didn't like me. They yelled at the camera producers, and that was not very appreciative. The film crew that was down here, they came down here 3 times. They enjoyed the local restaurants. I told them where to go. We did She-Hop Brewing, Dad's, Smetty's, Rosie's to Go. They loved the Southern hospitality, and they loved to show off what they like up there in New York. So the film crew was nice. They were knowledgeable. They got training to how to deal with people with autism and Tourette's before they did the series. They did 16 people around the country. So we got 4 episodes left this season. I'm hoping there'll be a second season. I don't know what A&E's going to do. I hope this will also open the door to try to get more people with disabilities hired. Because we are having that crisis. So this series is getting a lot of people talking on social media and in the news. I live tweet every episode on Wednesday nights. Get a lot of people talking about that. So I'm very, very, very happy that this show has come out, because if this show wasn't here, I'd probably still be sitting at home right now collecting $750 a month disability check. That's what a lot of people with disabilities are doing. Now, I live alone, so I got paid the rent, the power, the water, the phone, and everything. A lot of people with disabilities luckily have parents or loved ones they can live with, so it's even harder on me to try to survive just living alone. I'm very appreciative of people that follow what I do. I've gotten a lot of new followers since my episode has aired. I've probably become more of an expert on the autism, Asperger's syndrome type of thing on social media. I'm pretty popular on social media. I'm getting a lot of people wanting to ask questions, wanting some replies, or thanking me. I got a ton of thank yous. You rock. I represent the Road Geeks very well. Road Geeks is a term.
And Nathan, we have 2 minutes left if you want to take questions as well.
Okay. All right.
So I'll let you gauge.
All right. So I've been very appreciative that they came down here and told my story. So I'm going to let some people ask questions.
Nathan, the thing about the roundabout, the next little clip on the show, it was the 2 guys you interviewed with discussing how much time and money they had spent with an engineering firm. They had come to the same conclusion that Nathan did.
To do any road project, you have to hire an engineering firm.
Yeah.
And they have to do this traffic counts, the studies and everything. And
how long did you get to look at that and come up with your answer?
Like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I don't know what they paid, but
I mean, I could have gone out there, sat inside the road and watched. But the reason why they chose a roundabout is because if they chose to turn lanes with a traffic light, they would have to expand the culverts over the creeks, and that costs a lot more money than just making a roundabout.
Wow.
So they're trying to save taxpayer money too. Have everybody questions?
I was just going to say, roundabouts are all over Europe. If you've ever traveled over there, and they are efficient.
They are efficient.
Wonderful. They move traffic. I appreciate them. So I don't know what the hesitation is, but if we get roundabouts here, I think you guys will report back that you love them as well.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
They're also safer.
They're also
You don't
safer.
have the perpendicular impacts. Normally, if there is a wreck, it's a glancing blow as opposed to a blunt force.
Lately, I've noticed more and more people running red lights. One day there was an 18-wheeler going probably 80 down 431. Light already turned red, like 3-4 seconds. He just ran right on through it. People are just going through light lights like, I mean, people are. I wish the state would ban people from using their phone to driving. Just get it over with. It's too dangerous. I never do it. The phone has been one of the worst things we've had when it comes to driving on the road. It's just people. They don't care. They're going to text and do something. Or they'll sit there at the light, and when it turns green for cars from them, and then the lights are yellow because they didn't go, and everybody behind them gets annoyed. I wish they would just ban it. get it over with. And I wish people would leave earlier, drive slower, take your time. One of my things I wish Quintard, since the Eastern Bypass is now open, I wish they reduced Quintard to 2 lanes, take it back down to 35. I don't know why they raised it to 45, because it's now a speed track. And there's almost a wreck a day on one of the intersections. And by reducing the size of the road, it encourages people to slow down. They did this on Noble Street about 15 years ago in downtown, and it's worked. So it's called street slimming. It can be done. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for, I hope you watch. If you haven't yet, it's on A&E's website. And thank you all for coming.
We're going to try and get the link for the whole show too on the website as well. And Nathan will be here for questions if you have any more afterwards.
Thank you all. Thank you.
I can't thank you enough just for coming here. The strength it took for you to come here and share your story with us is very empowering and motivating. Thank you so much.
Thank you.